What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 8 battle for the NCP. We are in the home stretch, sitting at a record of 5-2, meaning we cannot finish with a record worse than 5-5, which means we are pretty close to locking ourselves into playoffs. Honestly, one more win and we should lock ourselves into playoffs. We are facing off today, though, against the Ann Arbor Acelgors and their coach, Jesse. He has a good team. It's a really good team. I'm pretty sure it's Platinum Howler's old team before we have to drop the league. And you guys know Platinum Howler does a really good job of actually drafting his teams. And this team is no exception. It's a very scary team with LIBERO Cinderace, Keldeo. Really scary, you guys see. And there's also Sand on top of that too with Dracozolt and Hippowdon. Other than that, his team really has only one answer to a lot of our members of our team, but it's a one answer that's really effective. So if we can break that one Pokemon, then great. But if we can't break that one Pokemon, then that Pokemon that we have will just struggle mightily. So for example, if our Urshifu gets in and he does not bring the Dhelmise, then we're in an amazing position. But if he brings the Dhelmise, then Dhelmise obviously resists the Surging Strikes, can run Rocky Helmets, and at the same time is also immune to close combat. That's just one example right there. Another one would be something like the Zapdos getting hard walled by the Nihilego, by the Dracozolt as well. There's two of them in that case, but that's just an example right there. So we definitely have our work cut out for us here. He's in the first place seed right now. He is number 1 overall. We are number 2. This game will determine who will be number 1 for this next, well, for the end of, I guess, week 8. I'm very confident we can get the win here. I do want to say, because this is definitely a potential playoff matchup, I am not bringing an A team. I'm bringing a B team, and I can build this team in like 45 minutes. Had a couple mocks with Tone, with PatMac, and with Meta, so shout out to those three, and I feel pretty good about our chances though nonetheless. Let's go ahead and jump into it, starting with our first mon being MattOshea, the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Assault Vest here with Surging Strikes, Thunder Punch for the Mantine, U-Turn, and Close Combat. It's a really strong set here. Earthquake would be amazing on this set because it can hit things like the Dracozolt for super effective damage. Same thing with the Cinderace, so I don't have to make predictions, but we just don't get it. At the same time, I would love to have a way to hit the Dhelmise that wouldn't be just Ice Punch, because Ice Punch right now is like the odd move out. If I don't run, basically, here's the thing. If I don't run Thunder Punch, I can't do any damage to the Mantine, and that's my biggest fear for this. I know there's a Dhelmise, and the Dhelmise I can always U-turn out of, which is great, but I can always U-turn out of the Dhelmise anytime. Mantine, same thing, but Mantine just has a bit more of a, I'd say, a bit more of a good matchup with the rest of my roster, if I'm not going to lie. So I don't want to have to be taking hits from Mantine. I want to just Thunder Punch that thing, get rid of it, and be good to go. Everything else is going to be fine. At the same time, that Dhelmise, if we go for Ice Punch, it's not doing anything to it. It's really doing very little damage to it. Surging Strikes hits literally everything for, well, literally everything. Pretty much everything for amazing damage. We hit the Guzzlord with Close Combat or U-Turn. We hit the Dracozolt for the same thing, Close Combat or U-Turn, and same thing with the Keldeo. We also have Thunder Punch for that. That's another option there. So I feel pretty good about this set. The speed on this thing is there for the Tapu Lele. That's really the only thing we need the speed for. It also helps us outspeed modest Keldeo. And like I said, we're only walled by the Dhelmise. The reason I have the Assault Vest is specifically there for the Keldeo. The reason for that is because Keldeo has, well, let's try this again. Keldeo has Air Slash, and Air Slash does a good chunk of damage to me. If it's like Life Orb, it'll OHKO. So I have Assault Vest to be able to take at least one hit. I can't take a Lele's Moonblast or a Lele's Psyshock. If it's Scarf, there's like a roll for a Moonblast. It's unlikely, but it's also helped me take on basically any hit from Guzzlord, because I can just go into Guzzlord. With my 100 HP, 100 defense, I can take any hit from the Guzzlord on the physical side, and I can also take any hit on the special side because of the Assault Vest, which is very nice. And we also have a way to reliably, I guess, handle the Nihilego. We're going to be 2 KO by Sludge Wave, at least we should be, but if I can get this thing in pretty freely, even if it's at +1, we should be able to take the hits, fire off the Surging Strikes, and get the KO on the Nihilego, which would be absolutely amazing for us. Next up, though, is going to be Jasper the Alakazam, which honestly has another fantastic matchup. Last week against Josh in his New York Metagross, which that was a funny video because Josh actually was like, I hate Matt for calling it Tsundere, the Sylveon, but hey, it is what it is. Regardless, it was a fun video, and Alakazam had a fantastic matchup in that game. It does here as well. Psychic, Ghost, and Fairy coverage hits everything for amazing damage. The only real thing that isn't hit for obscene damage is the Hippowdon. Literally everything else gets demolished by a Life Orb set. We're running sub on this because I feel like I can pretty freely get up a sub on maybe like a Guzzlord if it's in range of Dazzling Gleam, a Nihilego if we know it's not Scarf. Let's say we find out that it's, I don't know, Meteor Beam Power Herb. we know it's not Scarfed, and it's not getting a speed boost, for example. Let's say we find out it's Black Sludge. We can go for a Psy Shock and scare that thing out. We can also potentially scare out the Bronzong if it's in range of Shadow Ball, and might think, you know what, I can go with something like my Hippowdon as an example. And Hippowdon is maybe in range, maybe it's a sack, he wants to get up Sand for Dracozolt. I can get up a sub on the Hippowdon as it comes in, wear down 1 turn of Sand, Shadow Ball, kill their Psy Shock, whatever it is, kill the Hippowdon as he goes into the Dracovish, or Dracozolt, excuse me, and then I can just deal with it that way, getting rid of another turn of Sand. Basically, it's just a really good catch-all, and at the same time, if I'm at the point where there is no Psychic Terrain, and he has a Cinderace, and I have my Alakazam, we outspeed Cinderace by 1 point. Cinderace reaches 119 base speed, we reach 120, meaning we'll outspeed it unless it's Scarfed or it goes for Sucker Punch. So if Sucker Punch is live because he's not in Psychic Terrain, we sub, and then we can then outspeed, or not outspeed, but rather, we'll outspeed if we go for an attack, and he doesn't go for Sucker Punch, and we'll do a ton of damage. If we are in Psychic Terrain, we do a massive chunk of damage to it, but not enough to actually OHKO because we're running Psy Shock over Psy Kick. I'm running Psy Shock because I definitely think that Nihilego is a really solid bring, and we want to make sure we can OHKO that, and Psy Shock does that for us, and it also helps us out a lot with a Calm Mind and Keldeo, so that's another benefit there. It's a really strong set. Life Orb just allows me to hit super hard. Jasper is here. It's going to be absolutely fantastic for us. Fingers crossed I can put in the work. That is number 2. Number 3 is going to be our Zapdos. Tweety is back with the heavy duty boots. We're running a very weird, interesting set. It's a very cool set. Like, I'm not going to lie. We have a really kind of mixed defensive-ish, but mostly physically defensive set, but mostly offensive too. Like, we have a ton of offense, modest nature, 20 special attack. It's pretty fast. Pretty strong. Yeah. Fat and strong, that's it. We do have a good bit of investment in speed on this thing. It is there for the Adamant Dracozolt. The rest was put into HP defense and special defense as a way to take hits from the Timid Specs Lele. We take a Timid Spec Psychic in terrain. We also take Banded Adamant Cinderace's Pyro Ball. We also take Adamant Life or Bolt Beak if I'm outsped. And we also are not 2KO'd by any non-Hydro Pump attack from Keldeo if it's a non-boosted Keldeo. So for example, if it goes for Surf, we'll take the Surf. We'll take 2 of them if it's not Life Orb, Specs, Mystic Water, whatever it is, or even +1 from a Calm Mind. We'll take 2 of them, and that's just something to have in case we need to. Maybe he thinks it's going to be likely that he KOs us, but we can actually take that hit pretty comfortably if we're above 50%. We'll take it. It does 49.7% at the very most. That's really it. Very strong set here. It's a pivot. It is walled by the Hippowdon because Heat Wave doesn't do anything to it. We're not running Hurricane this week because we kind of need to have access to Heat Wave as a way to hit Bronzong, as a way to hit Delmise reliably. Also has a chance to get the burn on the Dracozolt, which is nice. But Hurricane just didn't hit the Bronzong and the Dracozolt either. It also didn't hit the Hippowdon as reliably, I think, because there is that 70% chance to miss. So that's one thing. U-turn for momentum, that's the big one, and then Roost for recovery, obviously, and anything left over that I had, all the leftover EBs, just put into my special attack, because if I can fire off really strong discharges and paralyze things like the Cinderace, the Tapu Lele, then Nihilego, that's just absolutely amazing for me. Those 3 are going to be outspeeding a lot of my team, whether it's a Scarf set or a speed boosting Nihilego or just a very fast Cinderace. Of course, that outspeeds everything outside of Alakazam. It's going to be very tough to deal with. Next up, though, is going to be Universal Arcofagrigus. I was looking at this match and I was saying, like, you know what, Drill goes in because it's a resist to Dragon and an immunity to Electric, so it helps out with Dracozolt a lot. Problem is, with the Delmise almost hard walls Excadrill. It really does. And even at +2, we don't do enough damage to Hippowdon to the point where Drill is that scary and that threatening. We'd have to really weaken it down. And I don't think my team can necessarily do that right now, especially the fact that I didn't put as much of an effort because this is a B team. But we are running a set that is fantastic because he has no normal type. He has no ghost immunity. He has 1 ghost resist in the Guzzlord, which has no recovery outside of like rest. And I have a good bit of U-turn. I have U-turn on my Urshifu, I have U-turn on my Zapdos, I have a fairy move on Jasper, I then have a couple Pokemon, actually everything on my team except for Arcofagrigus hits this thing for super effective damage or has momentum. That's really it. So it's fantastic, so we can hit the Guzzlord for great damage, so that Arcofagrigus has an opening for us. The investment on this set that we have here is so that we have speed for no speed Bronzong. So if he's running no speed or a relaxed nature or a sassy nature, we'll outspeed. Fantastic. At neutral, we take 2 Keldeo's non-boosted Surfs, and we also take a Specs Lele's Psychic. The rest is put into my defense there for the Cinderace, the Delmise, and the Dracozolt. If I get up an Iron Defense, amazing. We're in a great spot. We'll take basically 1 of anything, maybe even 2 of anything. The other one there that's important to note is Calm Mind. We'll get our special attack boost, but most importantly, our special defense. And then if we get to +2 special attack, +2 special defense, +2 defense, we rest, we have our Chesto Berry, we're back to full, and at that point in time, we just start going in. that is the plan with this. If I can put in work with this set, that would be absolutely amazing. Honestly, we have screens this week, and screens would be fantastic to help with this set, but also helps out a lot with our next set. But before I do say that, I want to say that this set is absolutely fantastic because it really allows me to take a lot of hits from the Keldeo and from the Cinderace too. If Cinderace thinks it can go for high jump kick on my next mon, it's sorely mistaken. If it thinks it can go for high jump kick on my Urshifu, it is mistaken. It's going to have to go for Pyro Balls, and even then, if it goes for Pyro Balls, it's going to have to be risky because I have a couple Pokemon that resist fire and that really destroy Cinderace with their stabs. That's a couple things. Anyways, moving on to our next mon, it is going to be Reptar here with the weakness policy. We're running Dragon Dance this week. We have max speed. I don't need max speed. I don't. The reason why I'm running max speed though is because I want to make sure that I have a way to kind of gauge at least a little bit what his Cinderace is. With max speed, we outspeed literally everything that's not scarfed or in sand while we are at +1 except for a max speed Cinderace. I believe we clock out at I think it's 186 or 187 total speed, and Cinderace maxes out at 188. So we fall a bit short, but I don't anticipate him to say, you know what, I'm gonna have speed for it. I'm gonna have speed for Jolly Scarf Tyranitar. I don't think he's gonna have speed for that. I think he might think I'll have speed for maybe Cinderace Creep, or not Cinderace Creep, but I might have speed for the Keldeo at +1, maybe a little bit more than that in case he thinks I'm creeping a Keldeo, or maybe he thinks I have speed for Scoop the Swoobat because that's my next fastest mon. But no, we're going to go max speed just in case. We're going to find out right away, is he going to be super speedy or Scarf? That's a potential option as well. So that's really it. We'll know right away exactly what set he's going to be, which is very, very useful for us. Crunch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch hits my opponent's team for amazing damage. The only thing we really don't hit for the best damage I want to is going to be the Cinderace, and I guess the Shuckle, but I don't really anticipate Shuckle to come. If it does, fine, so be it. He has webs, not the end of the world for me, but like I said, this is a bit of a B team, so we don't really, if we lose the game, it's not the end of the world. We're mostly trying to gain information and see what we can do against this matchup in the future, and at the same time, maybe give you an entertaining battle at the same time, so that is one thing. All right, what else is there? We're going to say this set is really good because with Dragon Dance, like I said, we outspeed everything. If I can get a weakness policy pop off, then that's amazing because at +1, we don't actually OHKO the Keldeo with Thunder Punch, but at +3, we demolish everything. We don't kill the Hippowdon, but again, I'm planning to be behind screens. So if I can be behind screens, that's fantastic. And at the same time, Hippowdon did not come to any of our mocks. Very important to note. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Honestly, the only Pokemon that came to our mocks, Cinderace, Lele, Keldeo, came to all 3. Bronzong, Nihilego, Delmise, and no, let's try this again. It was Dracozolt came to 1, Guzzlord came to 2, Delmise came to 2, Nihilego came to 2, Bronzong came to 2. That's what it was. So basically, the only mons that came to all 3 were the Lele, Cinderace, and Keldeo. And the Hippowdon, they did not bring it because they said they didn't want me to get free sand for Excadrill. So that was one thing. Mantine didn't say anything in Shuckle either, but I have a bit of good removal in Drill and Zapdos, and I guess Swoobat as well, but we'll see if that's the reason why. Regardless, moving on to our next mon. Our final mon, it is going to be Scoop the Swoobat, bringing the Light Clay. Fantastic debut last time it came around, and honestly, I'm hoping that it can kind of do something similar this time here. We're running Light Clay to get the maximum amount of screens on, or turns on our screens with Light Screen and Reflect. We have U-Turn for momentum, obviously, so we can get out of a bad matchup into a good one. Super Fang allows me to hit something like the Guzzlord, get rid of half of its HP. Wow, let's try this again. Super Fang allows me to hit the Guzzlord for half of its HP. Same thing with the Hippowdon, the Dracozolt, the Bronzong, all these Pokemon that really I need to get to like 80-ish% to be able to OHKO. Super Fang helped me get that right away, and that's absolutely amazing. Break subs just really does a lot of damage to everything, which is fantastic for us. And if we can get up our screens, we're going to be in a great position. I'm super excited for this set. We don't really have any specific investment decisions on this. We outspeed basically everything outside of the Cinderace or any Scarfers or any Pokemon in sand like the Dracozolt. But it is a fantastic way for us to get up our screens and then be able to put in work with our Tyranitar or our Cofagrigus, maybe even our Alakazam, because we do take a banded U-turn from Cinderace with our Alakazam if he is running that set, and it's just very nice for us to have. Regardless, we'll find out that information too, which is just good knowledge to have. Anyways, guys, that is going to be it for the team builder. Not super long, but hey, I appreciate you guys for sticking around nonetheless. Secret word of today's video, we're going to say chicken. Just plain old chicken. Let me know down below. Let me know what kind of, I guess, chicken is your favorite. Do you like fried chicken? Do you like baked chicken or oven roasted? Do you like, I don't know, chicken fingers? Are you vegetarian? Do you not eat chicken? Let me know down in the comments. All right, guys, thanks for watching Team Builder. Let's do it. It's battle time. Everyone, we are back, and looking at it, there's no Tapu Lele. Very, very interesting, but he does bring kind of the Sandcore. When I say kind of, I mean he's missing the Drizzle, which is the scarier one, but regardless, he brings the Hippowdon, he brings the Cinderace, the Keldeo, the Nihilego, the Dhelmise, and the Bronzong. And that's it. Okay. He does have a ground immunity. I'm regretting not running a move to hit the Hippowdon on my what's it called? I can't think of the name of it. Oh my god, I'm struggling here on my Zapdos. Jeez. Okay, well, at least we know that. But I'm pretty confident that I can lead off with Urshifu here and be pretty free, because if he leads off, do I want to do that? I think I am pretty free to do that, because I think he leads off with not the Dhelmise, so I'm going to go ahead and lead off with that. And I have a pretty decent matchup against everything else, because I am a Assault Vest. I can take any one hit. Yeah. All right, well, guys, if you missed the Team Builder, go back and check it out. There is a timestamp, of course. Go back and take a look at the Team Builder, see what we are bringing and why we are bringing it. Like the video, as always, guys, if you have not already. If you guys enjoy the Team Builder portion, it'd be really appreciated. We do try to get to 40 likes on every video, and sometimes we're successful, other times we are not. But nonetheless, I would appreciate it if you guys did leave a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel. He leads out with Levi, which is the Keldeo. Okay, not the end of the world. So if I take a look at the calcs here, if I do Keldeo against my Urshifu, whoops, I want Keldeo, not Urshifu, Keldeo. If he goes for something like Air Slash will do 48 to 57 if he is leftovers. So we're just going to go for a U-turn here, expecting maybe a flip turn on his end or him to go into the Dhelmise. So we're going to see what happens, but he goes for a flip turn here. Amazing. We're going to get some information off on this. 175 down to 154. That's 21 points of health. That's because it's a crit. No. It's okay. Crit. I got to make sure it's a crit. Come on now. Move over to the right. Okay, that's why. He goes with Dhelmise. Let's see if this is a Rocky Helmet, because we're not pads. So crits. Wow, he has some investment. That did, yeah, needs helmet. Beautiful. That's good knowledge to have. So he actually has some investment on the Keldeo. That's good to know. But that's good. That is good to know indeed. And because he's helmet, I'm pretty sure I can go freely into Jasper, right? He did not bring a Ghost Resist. So we can just go into Jasper and click buttons. We could also go Zapdos to scare it out, but he has a couple different options. So I think I'm going to go into, I mean, we should get the KO on it, right? If I go Alakazam against a Dhelmise, let's see if he's got max HP. How much do we do? We do, oh, I don't think we're doing enough yet. So I'm going to go into Zapdos here as a safe play. I say safe, relatively speaking, but I just don't want to lose my Alakazam. It's my win condition this game. It's my best option to win this game. But we definitely have a way to do a ton of damage to him, so I'm actually going to go for the U-turn here, expecting either the Hippowdon or the Nihilego to come back in. Nihilego resists our Hurricane, but, I mean, he does have, oh, there you go, there's Nihilego, but he does have an electric immunity in something. But right now we're going to find out if he is going to be Black Sludge, because we're going to do some damage to him. Okay, that's a good chunk there. All right, and now I think is a pretty good time to go into our Alakazam here, because this can't kill me here. Can't kill me here. Or do I go Reptar here? We don't do enough damage yet. We gotta go into Jasper. We gotta weaken his team before, we gotta weaken the Hippowdon specifically before we go into the, weaken the Hippowdon before we go into Tyranitar, that's for sure. But we can scare basically anything out. He does not have an immunity here. We're just gonna go for the Psy Shock. It'll do the most amount of damage to everything. It'll KO this. He is not Black Sludge. That's good to know. But dinner time, is that Hippowdon? It is Bronzong. Okay, I kind of forgot about Bronzong. That's on me. That's on me. Did no damage. Is it leftovers? It is leftovers. Okay, so if I go Bronzong, specially defensive. Okay. Gyro Ball won't kill me. Heavy Slam won't kill me. Shadow Ball, if it's special defensive, should to a KO from this point. I think if anything, he goes for Rock. Does Bronzong get Thunder Wave? I don't think it does. T-Wave. It does not get Thunder Wave. Yeah. So I think we're going to go for the Shadow Ball here, expecting maybe Stealth Rocks. So we're going to do that. And Shadow Ball should do a solid chunk here. He'll find out he knows we're Life Orb at this point based on the damage we're doing. Yeah, that's good damage. That's great damage there. And the special defense drop. We'll take it. Toxic. I don't mind that. We are Magic Guard on our Alakazam. We will take it. So special defense drop works in our favor here. We definitely just go for another one. There's no reason for us not to. Do we though? Because we do more damage with Shadow Ball than Side Shock to the Hippowdon. Right now, if it's physically defensive, that's for sure. If I'm not mistaken, Hippowdon. If it's physically defensive, Shadow Ball does more. So we're gonna go for Shadow Ball. He doesn't have a resist to Ghost right now as he goes for Protect. Okay, so he's Toxic with Protect. Well, we have the special defense drop and he has leftovers as well. So thank God for Magic Guard. I'll definitely take that. But he is sub-toxic, or not sub-toxic, but it's Toxic Protect on his Bronzong. All right, and this should KO still because he is at -1. All right. And he's gonna switch out, fair enough. Tom Nom Nom, that is definitely the Hippowdon as it is. So I'm expecting to do around 37 to 40 with this. That makes sense. That makes some sense. Okay. He has leftovers on this as well. How much does Earthquake do to me? It has a chance to KO. That's crazy. Okay, we're just gonna switch out. All right. We can go into Urshifu here, scare it. We can go into Scoop and set up screens. The fact that he didn't bring Lele is pretty good for me here. Like it's pretty good for me. I think I can, once I get to the Bronzong, I'll be in a good position with my Cofagrigus, which is nice. So I think what I want to do, I might want to go Urshifu, but Urshifu's not going to appreciate taking this hit. It really won't. So we can go to Scoop instead of our screens and always Super Fang it down. So I'm going to go Scoop here. He's got to be careful because he can't just sit around and slack off on me consistently. I think he's going to go for Earthquake here or maybe a slack off. Stealth Rocks. Okay, so that's not the end of the world. It would have been nice to get off another attack on him, but I just couldn't risk losing my Alakazam. It's too important. So Rocks are up and they're here to stay because I don't have Defog. But he has leftovers, and we know he's not Sandstream as well, so we know he's Sand Force. That's another thing. Okay, so we can go for, what is he going to go into? What do I think he's going to go into? Regardless, I think I just go ahead and click a Light Screen here. I think he goes into Nihilego, maybe. Or he stays in, actually. Okay, that's fine. We get a Light Screen off. That's okay with me. Toxic. I'm fine with that. Dude, if we were running the sub-Salix set, which I was actually thinking about running potentially, it just wasn't, like, to me, because he had access to Bronzong plus Guzzlord, I couldn't run coverage for both of them with Store Power. It'd be Store Power plus Heat Wave or Store Power plus, like, Air Slash, and I hit one or the other, but not both. Never both. Okay. We'll go for a Super Fang here, weaken it. Stays in. We missed. Oh, we connect. Good. Thank God we connected. That's nice. And he's go for Slack Off. He goes for Slack Off. Okay. So we know he has Toxic, Rocks, and Slack Off. He's probably got Earthquake as his last move. So yeah, we could have just set up all over this, which would have been absolutely amazing if we were able to do that. Okay. How do we play around this right now? I can set up Rocks and then switch out. I can set up a Reflect and switch out. So I'm going to do that. Reflect and then we'll switch out. Yeah, I think that's the play. We want to weaken this as much as possible. Damn. Slack Off again. So he's used 2 Slack Offs. And we're just going to U-turn here. We're just going to U-turn. If he goes for Slack Off, he goes for Slack Off. So be it. So let's fight and let's U-turn. As long as the Delmize is around, I unfortunately cannot click strikes with my Urshifu. That really does suck. That really does suck. And like we don't have really much for this. We really don't have much for it at all. Like we got to go into Cofagrigus, and Cofagrigus should be able to do a lot of work because we're behind Reflect. So I'm going to U-turn, and I think we can try and go Kofag here. We'll go Kofag. And we can just Calm Mind. Or do we Iron Defense? I think we Iron Defense, actually. The Earthquake. So the Earthquake's on the switch. Good play. That's fine. 144. We eat that. We chew that up. Wow. He revealed no Toxic, right? No, he revealed Toxic. He has Toxic. That's fine. We can go for a Calm Mind here. And then we'll go for the Iron Defense. So +1, we should do a solid chunk of damage to pretty much everything. Again, the whole goal of this is we want to be able to have a lot of... we want to be able to do a lot of damage with this. That's the plan. Shadow Ball with no investments in special defense, Hippowdon does 39 to 47. Okay. And go for a Iron Defense here. Earthquakes again. That does nothing. It's not going to do anything to us. We good. We'll get up another one. So Iron Defense. We'll get up another Calm Mind now, actually. That's going to be our plan. We're going to run out of Light Screen turns first before Reflect, which is fine. So I can go for a Calm Mind here, I believe, and then we're going to go for the rest. So it goes for an Earthquake, we're going to Calm Mind, then we'll rest. That did 9 points of damage. I believe that did 9 points of damage, maybe less. Anyways, we're going to rest up here. Pop our chest, we're at +2, +2, +2. Okay. Yeah, we should be out of range still, which is great, and we can go ahead and click the rest button. That +2 we 2 KO if he's got no investment, no special defense, which is great for us. And we reset the turns of Toxic, which is amazing. He goes for Earthquake here. Does he crit us? No, he does not. He did 9 points of damage to us. Amazing. So rest, we're going to pop our Chesto Berry. Beautiful. I'll take it. I will take it. Back to full we go. Chesto Berry, num num num. Okay, Light Screen is gone. So I have Reflect up, no Light Screen though. We're gonna go for Shadow Ball here. We'll 2 KO this. Toxic, connects. That's fine. That's fine. The only thing that really scares me is like a Calm Mind Keldeo right now. And the fact that he went for Flip Turn makes me think he doesn't have it. Oh, that's great. And we got the special defense drop too. We take those. I believe that Shadow Ball's 30% chance to get special defense drop. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Shadow Ball, 20% only. So we've gotten 2 in one game. Okay. He's free to go for another, like a slack off here. But I think he's better off going for an Earthquake, to be honest. So we're just going to go for a Shadow Ball. So he goes for Earthquake. Yeah. So if we can get rid of this right now, that is insane. It is so good for us. So Shadow Ball's going to come out, and Shadow Ball will get the KO. So Kofa getting a KO early on for us. Amazing. I believe this is the first KO of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so down goes the Hippowdon, which is the biggest threat to us having a shot this game. And I believe, no, so right now we have no more Reflect, no more Light Screen. So both are gone. We're at +2 everywhere. This is good. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We are in a good spot. This Call for Gregas is dope. I've been using like more offensive Call for Gregas usually since we started playing with the NCP and having it on our team, which is interesting because usually it's seen more as defensive, but I don't know. I love the addition of having Iron Defense with Calm Mind. Ghost is such an amazing offensive typing. My team really has a bit of problems handling Ghost types because they're usually bulky as hell. But regardless, we can just go for a Shadow Ball on this here, I believe. We want to weaken this for T-Tar. So yeah, we're going for Shadow Ball. Again, that's the game right now. Weaken things for T-Tar. Weaken things for Alakazam. So Hydro Pump, we dodge. Big. That's big. That's big. I don't want to say it's massive. Like, that's not game-changing or anything. But, I mean, if he was Specs, he could have done a lot of damage. If he's not Specs, we're just going to go for another Shadow Ball, yeah. Hydro Pump, I mean, it could have mattered. It could matter to the point where he could have 2 KO'd potentially if he's Specs. But yeah, we take 95 down to 50. Yeah, he wasn't Specs. I think he's Scarfed. But we get a KO, so it's 2 KOs for Kofag here. Beautiful. Amazing, amazing. So the problem is he still has the Delmise. That is the problem. And Delmise is spooky, but the fact that Keldeo is gone is amazing for us. It's really, really good because now I don't think he has a Dark Resist. He has Bronzong, Delmise, Cinderace, and Nihilego, which are great. And the Pokemon that are bulky are weak to Dark. The Pokemon that are not bulky are... oh, this is bad. Ooh, because he can have Power Herb. He can have Power Herb here. But I'm actually not too bent out of shape about that because we have T-Tar. Urshifu shouldn't, where 125 will be lower because of webs, or rocks I mean. So let's see, Mihi Lego. Meteor Beam Sweeper. Let's see, +1. Sludge Wave will do enough to KO me, it's at +1. Yeah, it'll be a roll, but we're just gonna go for, we just go for the Shadow Ball here, don't we? Is that what we have to do? We have to sack this thing off? Right? Find out if it's a speed boosting set. I think that's what we do. We just find out if it's speed boosting right now. We Shadow Ball. Power Gem. It is not. Okay, it's not Meteor Beam. That's great. We don't know if it's going to be speed boosting yet. We'll find out right now. Beast Boost. Special attack. Okay. Okay. This, it could be Scarfed. It could be Scarfed. But if I go to Tyranitar, why does Grass not do so much? If I go to Alakazam, Sludge Wave has a chance to KO. But again, it's gotta be Scarfed. And do I mean, okay, wait, let's see this. Power Gem. Power Gem does not KO my Alakazam. It does not. He's gotta be Scarfed to do it. So we're gonna go into Alakazam here. If he goes, he can't go for Sludge Wave if he's Scarfed because he went for Power Gem. So we're good here to go into Alakazam. And we should get the KO here with Psy Shock. We're gonna go for Psy Shock. I know he has the Bronzong in the back. I know that. But this is too big of a threat right now. This is way too big of a threat. And we'll find out right here if he's Scarf or not. He needs to be at +1 to have a chance to open me Sludge Wave. Actually, we know he's probably max special attack because he boosted special attack instead of speed. Okay, so we outspeed. He is not. Okay, that's beautiful. We're gonna get the KO here, right? Amazing. Okay, KO for Alakazam. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is big. Because now he has only one more offensive mon, quote unquote. And we have Discharge or... We got stuff for everything. We got stuff for everything. Okay, what is he going to go for here? Again, I think I just go for Shadow Ball here and weaken this. Or do I go into Swoobat? If I take the hit, I take the hit, and then I can go for a Reflect. I think that's the play here. Right? I think that's the play. We're going to do that. Because he might go for Protect here on the thinking that he can recover back some HP with leftovers. Which if that's the case, fine. We'll get up our Reflect. Which is just nice. It's just nice for us. Gyro Ball. Okay, this is going to kill. That's fine. We actually... Alakazam, I'm pretty sure, takes the Gyro Ball from this. Unless it's got like an attack investment. Okay. How bad do we need Urshifu? I mean, Urshifu should take any hit from Cinderace. I gotta go Zapdos, I think. I gotta go Zapdos. We're not out of the woods yet, definitely not. But having max HP on our Alakazam is helpful. But here we're just gonna go for a Heat Wave. We're not gonna 2 KO this thing because it's specially defensive. Bronzong. Especially defensive. Yeah. Toxics here. Toxics. Connects. I imagine a Protect is coming out. And like, that's the thing. Like Gyro Ball, we should take the Gyro Ball unless this thing has like attack investment. To Okomi, it's gotta have how much? It's gotta have at least a bare minimum of 132, and that's a max roll. So I'm gonna switch out into the Alakazam. Switching on to Alakazam. Because Alakazam should 2 KO this thing, or Oko this thing from this range. 46 to 55. Protect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Getting the Toxic off on Alakazam, I'm cool with. Like, Magic Guard obviously is beautiful. We'll definitely take advantage of that. And we can just Shadow Ball here. Pretty free. If he goes for Protect, yeah, it's fine. I could have gone for a sub there. I don't think it was in my best interest, though. I don't think it was, in case he went for Gyro Ball. Because then he would be able to go for Protect the next turn and get back more recovery and potentially be out of range. But at this point, even if I think he gets a double Protect, we should be able to get the KO. We'll go for another Shadow Ball here. Can we please get the KO? It'd be amazing if we did. Again, it'd be amazing if we did. Shadow Ball, no double Protect. Does Alakazam get another KO for us? Yes, it does. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Again, not out of the woods yet. We do have Zapdos that, well, it's not max HP, and it is toxic. Yeah, that's a thing. And he has Cinderace here. So, if he Scarfs Cinderace, that's a problem. How do we handle this? How does Urshifu take a Cinderace attack? Where's Urshifu? Against Cinderace. Offensive pivot. Level 50. Come on now. We don't take Zen Headbutt well. We won't take High Jump Kick either. Well, that's Libero, actually. If it's Scarf, we'll take it. We can figure out what kind of Cinderace this is right now. So, I think we do we do that? I don't know if we can do that. Damn, I'm in a tough position here. Because I don't want to lose my Zapdos, my Alakazam. I think we stay in with... No, we switch out. We're going to stay in. I want to sub. Sucker Punch. He didn't Sucker Punch. And he's not Scarf, though. That's fine. He's not Scarf. What does he go for? U-turn. Okay, I'm actually okay with that. You can't... Why are you Libero? Why are you Libero? Isn't Libero banned? Okay, so I'm imagining that if this comes into... Because this is a big deal. Him being Libero is a big deal. Okay, I don't know how we're going to proceed. We're just going to play the game out. I guess I'll let you guys know what happens after. But he goes into the... He goes into this. But we know at least he's not... Okay. We're going to go for Shadow Ball here. I'm like, sorry, I'm kind of out of it right now. Let's... He's not allowed to be Libero. I know that. This shouldn't KO this thing. I don't think it will. Or it does. Fine. We didn't even crit him. Wow. Okay. That's 3 KOs for Alakazam. Beautiful. And the fact... Okay. He shouldn't be Libero. Libero changes everything. I think I just got to go for Psyshock here. I don't really want to switch anything in. Alakazam can't take 2 hits, but Psyshock's going to come out. Should do enough damage to almost Oko. Goes with Pyro Ball. Connects, so he's going to get the KO on the Alakazam. Yep. I don't know if he's banded or not. Alakazam definitely outspeeds, which means he's not Scarf, obviously. So again, if he is banded, we banded Zapdos. Does he choice band? If he's adamant, it does at most 172. We go into Zapdos here. We go into Zapdos here and we click Discharge and win the game. So T-Tar didn't hit the field, which was like the whole reason I wanted to get rid of the Hippowdon was for Tyranitar to put in work. But in the end of the day, it didn't need to. But he ends up missing the Power Ball there anyways. Didn't matter unless he crit us. Yeah, but we get the KO. We get the 3-0 win here. Honestly, I'm kind of like thrown off by the end of the game, but I guess it didn't matter. We end up getting a W anyways. GG to Jesse. Make sure to go and check him out. I am very surprised to see the libero. Again, that's still throwing me off. Regardless, we should be number 1 in the standings right now after picking up a nice 3-0 W. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And if we can continue this up, we will be able to be the number 1 seed overall by the end of the season. We do play Liv at some point, who I think is at this point number 2 or number 3 in the standings. And that's going to be something fun. So maybe we'll be in call for that. Who knows? I think that's the week after next. Regardless, we had a great game this time around. I think the pivotal turns were him letting me get the KO on the Hippowdon. If he was a Meteor Beam set with the Alakazam, not with the Alakazam, with the Nihilego, we would have been in trouble. And if he was Meteor Beam with speed boosting, that would have been the bad thing. But if he was Meteor Beam with special attack boosting, we would have been fine. The fact that we were able to outspeed with Alakazam was the reason we were able to get the win here. Alakazam was phenomenal. It's gonna get thumbnail. I will make sure it gets thumbnail this time around. It's gotta do it. We did it just fantastic. I'm super happy with the way the team worked out. If you guys had any things that you think I should have done better, or prep that I should look out for next time, let me know down in the comments. I would appreciate that, of course. I'd love to hear your feedback. Obviously, make sure to like the video as well. Subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. Make sure to say the secret word of the day from the Teambuilder. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will see you guys next time.